I want to have a look at this. Okay, so that guy right there, David Raya, on loan at Southport, 2014. Talk me through it. Can you remember your very first game?
I do. It was against Macclesfield, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
We lost 3-0.
Do you know who scored that day?
No.
It was a Luke Waterfall brace either side of a Paul Turnbull free kick.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you know that?
That's good knowledge, eh?
I knew I conceded the free kick back. Obviously, I can't remember who scored, but for me, it was a really, really, really tough game because they just told me I was going on loan on the Friday.
How old were you at that point? 2014?
18.
Okay.
18. And I just got chucked into a dressing room. Like I had to drive myself to Macclesfield, chucked into a dressing room which I didn't know anybody, to like proper men's football I was used to playing for the under 21s. It wasn't great. It wasn't a great experience. The first few games that it took me to find my feet and everything, they were tough. When I've started to know the lads and finding comfortable to be playing there, knowing what that football requires, obviously coming from under 21s, you just tiki-taka and no pressure, no nothing, to go to a conference prem where everything is just physical, getting punched in the face, getting elbowed in the face. It was time to adapt. So after the 3 games, I think it was the best 3 months of my career so far.
Do you think all of these experiences, and look at all the pictures there, the growth of David Raya, do you think all of this is the reason why you are what you are today?
Yeah, especially that loan spell with Southport. I think I've learned a lot as a young player to go and play with men and knowing what it requires for some people to play football. Obviously, they were paying some bills and stuff like that if we were winning, so you get a bonus, and then people were relying on that. You mature quicker in that aspect. So I always said to young players to go on loan wherever you have the chance.
You've come from Barcelona. You played a lot of futsal as a kid. Tiki-taka, like you say. On that conference pitch against Macclesfield, are you still spraying it here and there?
That's something that I always had, and tried to, not just to kick the ball for the sake of kicking the ball.
Yeah.
Just to try and aim for the player to give the advantage, but I always try to do that. Obviously, it's a good picture of reflecting where I come from and where I got to in the top to represent my country in my debut. So it's a really, really good picture. It's a good present from my agent.
That move from Barcelona to Blackburn, not many people make that move, by the way. How difficult for you was that? Because I think you were 15 at the time, weren't you?
I was 16, just turned up 16. When you were 15, you had to move with your parents, but then when you're 16, you can travel by yourself.
So you came over by yourself to Blackburn?
By myself, yeah. Thinking back now, it was harder for my parents than what it was for me, but it was a cultural shock in a way of like coming from Barcelona, like sunshine, and moving to Blackburn where you don't see the sun. It's dark at 3 p.m. and the food and the language, I didn't speak any of English either. But thank God I did that move, and I wouldn't change it for anything either.